Hey guys, it's Jill, Josh's wife. I'm long overdue for this video as he keeps reminding me. It's my signed DVD Blu-ray collection that we've been getting from a lot of conventions that we've been going to over the past couple months. Probably the better half of last year, actually. But to get started, here's my Winnie the Pooh, or I should say actually my child's copy of Winnie the Pooh, signed by Jim Cummings. And she's met him. She loves meeting him. This one was really cool. This one was planned, but also the actual signature encounter was unexpected. We had this signed by Lou Ferrigno at Pensacon, and we were wandering the merchant floor, the vendor floor actually, and we bumped into him there, which was surprising, but we just went with it. It was a great signature, great encounter. He was a very nice guy. This one is my Santa Claus collection signed by Judge Reinhold. His line was really interesting. It was not very long, but he had very interested parties, and he was very engaging, and he talked to everyone a long time, so that was what really made the wait a little longer than expected for such a short line, but it was really worth it. This is an old, and I just want to point out this sticker here. This is an old DVD, but a favorite of mine for horror geek urban legend, and we got this signed by Tara Reid, who plays a very, very compelling victim, in my opinion, for this movie, so I really love it. And just another factoid, she's already on one of my other signed DVDs, American Pie, which is a multi-signed DVD. This one was really cool. We actually had to go in line twice for this because the first time he was going to lunch, Mr. David Koechner, I'm sorry, this fellow here, he was so sweet. He was just like, he was just very apologetic when we came the first time. He was like, oh man, I just gotta go. I don't know if it was lunch or a photo op. It was so long ago. I'm sorry. That's how delayed I am in doing this video. But when he came back the next time, he was just very sweet, and he signed this, and he gave a big hug, and he had a very strong, I remember he had a very strong grip. Myself and Josh both commented when he squeezed us for our hug. This one was also a great story. This is our Patriot DVD signed by Donald Logue. He's a side character who kind of overcomes his racism, which I think is a really cool storyline for someone to undertake, especially in that time period, not knowing where the climate would go. He also was very interested in Josh's technique of buying, selling, trading, which you guys may be familiar with, and he hooked him up with a great Facebook group that really helped him out, and we're just so thankful that we put him in the right direction we knew we had. This is Dylan McDermott. Very nice, pretty signature now that I'm seeing it. My Miracle 34th Street DVD. He was very nice as well. He appreciated my compliments that he did a very nice romantic role. And we also complimented his American Horror Story, roles, which he was like, that is very different from this, which we had a good laugh about. This is my Nightmare on Elm Street DVD, signed by Sue Garcia. This was really cool. He didn't have a big line. He was just kind of placed in a very low traffic area, but he was so happy to hear that we had come in from Mississippi Gulf Coast specifically, and he asked how far away it was, and we realized he was only 2 hours. He was like, I'm only 2 hours from Mississippi. I feel like we enticed him to come over for a little visit for his own pleasure to our area. This is our Teen Titans DVD, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Guilty pleasure, our daughter really does love this series, but we've actually been drawn into it, and we have a lot of laughs over it ourselves. And Greg Sipes is a big part of that, his character, And so just meeting him and getting that shout out, which you've heard about, I'm sure, to our daughter and all the great stuff, it was just a pleasure to get this signed by him and have this to our collection. I saved this one for the end. It wasn't necessarily order of signing. So this is our Power Rangers Blu-ray. A big deal for Josh and I both. We were big fans growing up, and now we're married, and we've gotten a lot of things dual signed for ourselves. This one's signed by David Yost, Jamie Jo Johnson, and Johnny Young Bosch. It was just such a whirlwind because we were scrambled to get this and get this signed by the last convention we went to. This was a good find. We got a good signing by Taryn Manning. She asked us what quote we wanted, so we asked for the "We in Charge" signing. By the way, when she stepped out to take the selfie with us, she had on some really nice Doc Martens that I would love to have myself. Hey, y'all, sorry about that. I had to reset. The next up is some good horror movie gems, which is my Carrie DVD signed by PJ Souls, who's a member of the Mean Girl Squad, who, you know, throws tampons at Carrie and yells "plug it up," which she so cleverly came up with as her inclusion on her signed, you know, custom signed thing on my DVD. And she also signed, you know, to Jill Totally on my Halloween movie, which we also got signed by The Shape, Nick Castle, right here. And a really cool thing about that signature was that when we met Nick Castle, his handler, Sean Clark, had been involved with this documentary The Night She Came Home. And so that's why he signed right here, which is pretty cool. You know, if you watch that, you'll definitely see him in there with Jamie Lee Curtis. Really, really, really cool. Awesome opportunity for him. Next up was something really exciting, was getting my Ethan Embry signature onslaught, you know, when he played Rusty here in Vegas Vacation. When he played the bassist for That Thing You Do. Apparently, you don't see it in the film. No one ever addresses him this way, but my husband, Josh, you know, knew that he was known as Tobias for a certain reason that I can't recall right now. I do apologize, but that's why he signed it this way. Was what we were talking about, that and how he wanted it. We wanted it customized. Can't Hardly Wait, of course. You know, he plays Preston Myers, so he signed it, you know, to Jill from Preston, pretty much, and Ethan Embry. Really nice. He's just a really nice guy. He just really loved. He said a lot of these movies were not like big successes at the time, but that they were successes over time through just people like me buying them and watching them. And my last one, my favorite one, is Empire Records. And I think he's just like a really cool character in there. I actually love all these characters. I feel like a little piece of them symbolize a little bit about me and my love of music. And rolling into my most favorite pieces of this whole thing, Michael Rooker. Really great to meet him. It was a long line, really, really, really stuffy, and Josh actually had to step out with our card of things for Amy Jo Johnson, so unfortunately he didn't get to meet him, so this is me on my own. It was really a big deal. You know, of course, like, I'm signed Guardians of the Galaxy. But I'm actually most excited about just the experience I had when I got him to sign Love and Monsters. He held this up and he laughed and he said that me and 5 other people saw this movie. And I laughed and I was like, hey, I like it. And he stopped and he grabbed my hand and he said, but wasn't it a great movie though? And then we just sat there talking about just why it was great and why it's such a fun movie. And I feel like I just really made his day asking for his signature and paying for it on this movie that apparently was a big flop. I didn't know it was a flop. I just know I liked it. And to finish it off is my Richard Dreyfuss collection here. This one first is my Jaws DVD, which is actually dual signed by another fella who played a bit character, and I apologize, I should have researched a little better. It was so long ago, I can't remember his name. But he wrote, what's the matter with my painting? And I know you'll know the scene if you know that quote. We got Richard Dreyfuss to sign it. Richard Dreyfuss was really cool to meet. He made jokes about each DVD that he signed. He asked if I knew about alternate title that there was for this movie, and I said, no, what? And I was really interested because I thought there actually maybe had been one that I wasn't aware of. And he said, Jews. I didn't know what to do. I just laughed, and he seemed to revel in my discomfort on that. A lot of guys do. Lastly is my What About Bob DVD, which I don't know if you know this movie, but you know this movie is hilarious. And so he signed this. They're a little funny. And he said that a lot of people ask him why there isn't a sequel to this movie. And he said, haven't they seen the ending? The guy ends up in a mental institution. So, yeah, that was pretty funny. Josh actually quit back with a good thing. Like, yeah, all we need is Bill Murray's signature on this, which I'm sure we all can agree will not happen. That doesn't happen. You don't get Bill Murray. What a dream, though. Hey, we all can have those. So this is Jill signing off. I hope you enjoyed my signed DVD collection and my rambling, and see you next time. Bye-bye.